Hello everyone. Toby here. Welcome to today's episode of our stream again. Stream with me, Emmanuel, and Claire. Claire is like at this part of the screen, so it's three of us. So yeah, today we are going to be doing like a really W stream, like I said on social. So this stream is going to be really rust filled, and we are going to be chatting with a really amazing person, Francesco. Francesco and I have been like very close for like 2 or 3 years now. So I'm really excited to actually have him be on stream. I've been on his stream before, but this is the first time we are going to be doing a stream together, from my own platforms and stuff. So with me here today I have Emmanuel and Claire. How are you guys feeling? What are you guys thinking?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to speak with Francesco today.
Um,
It's been so long since we had a convo, and it's great to finally get to catch up. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. How about you, Emmanuel?
yeah, it's actually amazing. As Claire said, it's been a long time coming. Francesco has been like a huge supporter of our live stream, so to finally have
Yeah,
him here,
really.
it's a big win. Yeah, looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
for sure. So now, without further ado, I want to bring Francesco into the building. W's Francesco in the chat.
Make some
Hi
noise,
everyone.
people.
Hi everyone. Ciao. Hi. How are you? How's it going? It's Saturday. It's Saturday last day. So let's get started.
Welcome, Francesco. So Francesco, I know a lot of people already know you, but I
Awesome,
know you now.
awesome.
I've known Francesco for 3 phases now, or like in three personalities. So Francesco as the 4C person, Francesco as the daily dev person. Now Francesco is the Rust guy, the de facto Rust guy on Twitter and everywhere now. So like if you literally Google anything about Rust, you probably will see Francesco's channel pop up. And he also has a new video today, so that's something. I mean, yesterday is something I'm going to be also checking out and stuff. So, yeah, Francesco, let's tell us about yourself and tell us about like what you've been doing so far, Rust wise.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much, Toby, for inviting me here. I think you forgot the Docker part, which has been a great part of my life.
Yeah, true.
And the problem is that I do many things because I like to do many things. I do even less things than what I would like to do, but sometimes I have to focus. Yes, I've been teaching and learning Rust for many years so far. It also happened everything basically on my YouTube channel. I think 3 years ago I started creating content about Rust when it was not that mainstream yet. And now I am absolutely in totally 100% in the crab hole, I would say, instead of rabbit hole. And I've been to Seattle, the RustConf. I will go to another RustConf in Florence in 2 months. I go in a month in Milan with a talk about Rust, why you should learn Rust. So trying to convince as many people as possible. Yesterday I released a video on why you should learn Rust too. So, those easy videos, but the thing is that this is the question I get the most. So the question I get the most, I make the video. So I can give even an answer now, but there you have some editing, some fun. That will be the perfect answer. So let's get started. I see that you're also getting interested into Rust. I also met the Solana team at RustConf. I see you're very much into Solana. Yes, I also met some people. I might do some collaborations soon. Stay tuned.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that.
That's it, Toby. So let's get started. Hey, Claire. Hey, Emmanuel. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, awesome stuff. I'm really excited. Francesco is doing a lot of things at the same time, and he's still able to he's still able to attend conferences and stuff. Awesome stuff.
I mean, it's like a part of the DevRel thing for Francesco, I think, because Also, I want to say in the chat, Francesco was the one person that actually motivated me to be a DevRel. So I learned most of the things that I do as a DevRel today from just watching Francesco, because
you literally did everything by yourself. I'm not getting credit for that, but I'm glad if it helped. But it's like telling you to go to the gym, but then you have to go to the gym. I did basically nothing. So yeah.
So all right, Francesco, let's dive in, because I know you've actually been cooking a lot of stuff Rust wise. You have the floor, honestly. Anything you feel we should chat about is totally welcome.
Yes, okay. Just have to mute me at some point because now I'm gonna start to rant and talk about Rust for hours. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we can talk about Rust. I prefer to share my experience first because when I
Okay,
share
okay.
something, it's not because I heard it somewhere or a tech
Yeah.
influencer convinced
Mm-hmm.
me. I decided to learn Rust because of different reasons. I can share mine, so maybe you can find some of the reasons in this. So,
Yeah.
because if you remember, 2 years ago, I was sharing a lot of blockchain focused
Yeah. True.
content, so Web3 and blockchain focused content, which
True.
makes sense. Now I can explain. So at some point, I decided to, showcase more Web3 blockchain projects. But I said, to be honest, and maybe you have this experience, when you share a blockchain project, it's not that easy as web development. You need to set up the
True.
things.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, of course. Some people do that, but it's not that easy. There is this, let's say, a bit of block at the beginning, even to someone to set up a development environment, right? So you
Yeah.
know
True.
this issue because you have been going through that. So I said, okay. So what if I do a step back and I learn something that might be useful for blockchain in the future? And so I said, okay, there are different options. I was even teaching and learning Solidity back then. I said,
Yeah.
maybe I can try to do a step back and learn this programming language, which is Rust. Let's take a look at this. So I took something, I checked some videos, I did some researches. And there were two things that really caught my attention. Three things. The first one is that, let's say, you can use Rust in web development. I didn't know this. Do you know that you can use Rust to create an API? Probably. Do you know that you can use Rust for a front-end application? Not
Yeah.
sure.
Rocket
Not
and a
sure.
few other frameworks. Yeah.
If you use a WASMA technology. And so this
Yeah.
was okay, this is interesting. Then another reason is that it has been voted as the most admired programming language. It was back then, like 7 years in a row. What does it mean, admired? It means that something very simple. The developers who use it, they still want to use it. It's like a Tesla, who buys a Tesla, they still want to have a Tesla. So, and this is a great statistic because we can make noise. Maybe I don't know some technologies, maybe, but the feedback of the people who used it is like the review of who has been really at a restaurant, really at that Airbnb. So
Yeah.
this was a very interesting fact that, like, okay, people who get into learn it, maybe they still want to use it. So this might be interesting.
Yeah.
The last interesting part, it was because of the content creation part. So I heard this, and I think you heard this in many places, that learning Rust is not that easy. Learning
Yeah. It's
Rust
not.
is not an easy curve. That's perfect. But if you are a content creator, your job is to make things easy. So
Yeah.
this
True.
gave me the opportunity to this, but I saw this as an opportunity and not as a block. Because
Yeah.
I say, okay, perfect, Rust is hard, amazing. So now I can make videos, and I think that if you type Rust programming on Google, on videos, my first video should be mine. At least this
Yeah.
was before.
Definitely.
So,
I've seen that a lot of times.
so you see, sometimes you have these blocks, but as a content creator, this had the opposite reaction. Say, okay, it's hard, amazing for me, because I can make this easy for someone else. If it was that easy, maybe I don't need to create content. It's usually there.
Yeah.
Like, there are some people
Yeah.
who create, videos on how to open a door, but that's a thing for another reason. It's just for the lords. So
Yeah. Well, wait, am I still audible? Okay.
yeah. No, I mean, I was just taking a pause, and maybe I just stopped. And maybe you want to say something, but I can keep
Yeah, I was
continuing just for the
yeah.
whole hour.
No. Yeah, I get you. I was going to say that, like, yeah, I totally agree with and get a lot of the things that you actually just said now, because when I started learning Rust, like, for the first time, it took me. It was a different curve. For example, with somebody like from my own background, say TypeScript, JavaScript, and maybe a bit of Python and Java. There, it took me like a bit of getting used to understand that, okay, sure, you have to like get this setup in, get that setup in, and you can't just like you know vibe your way through it, if that makes any sense. Even if you vibe code Rust, you probably will just like mess everything up and just do a bunch of stuff, and
Yeah.
it will just blow up in your face because you wouldn't understand ownership, you won't understand how references work, you won't understand what it means to to own a value, what it means to dereference, all those kinds of things. There's so many concepts to actually like think about that is not very well shown in other programming languages, because most of them have like garbage collectors and stuff. But Rust uses like a very different pointer method. Like, okay, you have a value, you store it in memory. Rust can like say, okay, I know where this value is. Let me go and bring it back from where it is. You have to declare a value mutable explicitly before it's actually mutable. So there's so many things that I actually like, okay, wow, like this is blowing my mind. Like in JavaScript, you just like do const or let and just move on your life and write the function and throw it anywhere. So it was definitely it took a lot of getting used to. And it took me back to like my computer science basics to understand that okay, some of these things we actually did in class, and I was trying to like connect the dots and stuff. So yeah, it was a huge shift for me learning Rust, but it was definitely a good one because it gave me like more insights into okay, this is how some things are done underneath in other programming languages, but here you may have to do it yourself because it gives you more control and stuff like that. So yeah, that was definitely a huge vibe shift for me on my end.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the spoilers, Toby. I'm joking, of course. And but yes, so and yes, and also I think that what really made me start it was when I started learning about the memory management in Rust.
Yeah.
Because usually, we always say like, you can do the same thing in different programming language, and this is basically true. Okay,
true.
It's fine. But when I started to learn, basically we all been there. We started to have this aha moment if you started learning Rust, of course. So at some point I said, okay, either I learn Rust or I will never learn this new memory management thing. This might become a thing. This might become a feature. And prediction, keep it on the channel, there will be more languages in the futures that will have a similar or equal memory management as they have in Rust, but they will call it something else. So because, the way it manages memory, I think it will be copied or getting inspired in the future by other programming languages because at the moment it's the only programming language that has this. No.
Oh, I was saying I think Zig also follows some of those memory management concepts that Rust does.
I should check because I'm not too much into Zig because I usually don't want to learn many things at the same time. At some point I might give it a try, but now I can barely keep it up with all the stuff. But I will check it. I think Zig is a bit different. It's less focused on the community and developer experience. It is very, very, very focused on the performance. System. So it's really like the C programming language. So they don't care about many things. But yes, we can talk about this. And but what I think, and I will fight for this, is that I think that when I talk about learning a programming language, I say this from a developer perspective. So I say, what is the best compromise? Otherwise, we should always learn binary or assembly. But usually as developers, we want to have a compromise between what we can get as a high-paid job, but this is also it keeps our mental sanity. It allows us to also focus on other things, because if you try to learn maybe a too low programming language, assembly, probably you have to stop doing front end, stop doing something else. So I like to have a good compromise because I value my time as developers. And so this is why I advocate for learning Rust instead of another, even a bit more performant language, because the goal here is to get a job. Our goal is to get a career. So I want this to be very clear. So and we can talk about this, the pros and cons. Usually the programming languages, they are very hard to die, for example, compared, for example, to a framework. You might, I don't know, maybe you are learning a new framework, maybe the framework doesn't become, I don't know, much used anymore. I mean, what you learn, we can also be reused. It's fine.
True.
But if you've been learning a JavaScript framework that you see that is not much adopted, and there was so much in hype, then I said, okay, like I didn't waste time, but like maybe I could have used that time better. Usually, when you dedicate some time to a specific programming language, usually it's well spent time. I'm not just saying just Rust, but let's say this is a general rule. Like if you become an expert in Python, that's good. If you become an expert just in a Python specific framework, maybe that framework will be dismissed or deprecated. So I think it's better to learn Rust compared instead of learning another JavaScript framework. This is what I said in my last video that I published yesterday. This is my point of view. Of course, everyone is different. Everyone has their own career. I think that Rust is for people who really want to bet on their career. They want that bit of risk because it has this learning curve that is not. You don't want to be like 100% mainstream. A bit less mainstream, but maybe something that maybe
it's very niche.
It's niche, but the community is growing. So it's a better future. It's like buying Bitcoin. So it's
like getting early.
And I can confirm this. And I've been also impressed because I've been at RustConf and everything there is growing. It's all signs that this is not gonna stop, but this is just gonna get something bigger. And this is why I advocate because. As I said, I don't value my life. I can stay on Twitter. I stay on too much time on Twitter, but I don't decide my life based on Twitter. I decide my life based on I take a plane and I go to Seattle and I see people in person, and then I can tell you that I met them. But what I decide what I want to do in my life, I usually take a plane, I go to a conference, and I talk to people in person, which gives a different perception of what you might read on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram, TikTok. So this is what I came here to advocate. Like I've been on a mission for you, so you don't have to go with yourself. If you trust, that some Francesco did something that makes sense, I can tell you that the Rust community just gonna grow. So that's it in the future. It's still a bit small, but for example, this is funny. The people I met also people on the Rust project, so people who wrote the Rust compiler, the person who created the borrow checker. I interviewed him. So I'm not talking to random people, people who really created the language. They already feel it a bit too mainstream. This is they say now Rust is mainstream because from their point of view, compared to what it was 10 years ago, now it is mainstream. For them it is absolutely mainstream because they just eat bread and Rust every single day. But this is a perception that something is happening. And another, I think, good statistics you can check is the number of cargo crates that are being downloaded. I think it just doubled in a couple of months. So if you check crates.io, it's basically similar to NPM. This is a great sign. And of course, some of them maybe are automated, but they are all good signs of something that is
There's more than 96K. There's more than 96K now.
Yeah. And this is going, of course. And then if you want to have memes, if you want to have fun, we can fight and stuff. But I like always to differentiate when we make a joke and because people are confused, and when we want to learn something, we want to learn something. I got excited. I got so excited that I'm about to publish a book about Rust. So it's not just him. I'm actually finalizing this book, and this should be out at the end of November. I think this is the first time that I announced it. So this is I don't say the number yet. So now November/December. So this is the announcement. So you're the first. I never said any date yet, but and for example, I like that because when I think you dedicate time to a language, the more you learn it, the more you might like it.
True.
And what I also like about a language is that it's not that luckily it's not that quick as it might be a framework. A framework can really change. In 6 months, React can be totally different. A language is not, luckily for my mental sanity, is not that quick. Still, it has some additional features you can do. For example, async Rust now it's having a very cool features. But at least it can give you a break because it doesn't update every 2 weeks. You can go on a 2 weeks vacation and come back, and usually it will be the same. With React, you are not sure. With AI, you are sure that it's not. So that's this is the thing. So I also needed something which is a bit of stability in this fast-pacing world, which is AI. And I would like to and about the vibe coding thing, I think this, and I'm sure about this. Rust will work very, very well with AI. The reason is very simple. Rust is an efficient programming language that is also close to developers and to the developer experience.
Mm-hmm.
So you say that like you can vibe code in Rust. True, but usually you don't vibe code in a language you don't know unless you are
You don't
absolutely
understand.
crazy or you just want to have fun.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I say learn Rust with videos, so even with AI, with reading a book,
Teach
whatever
yourself.
you want.
Yeah.
Choose your format,
Yeah.
and then you will have superpowers, because then you can have a more efficient application refactored or created in Rust, and you also actually understand the code that has been
The code.
used.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
Yeah. Exactly.
that will be our goal as a developers. So still
Yeah.
understand what the hell is going on, right?
Exactly.
So having a language which is, you can still, I think you can do the similar stuff probably with C or assembly, but that it might be a bit too much. That's
I agree.
that's my point of view. You can also do it in that way, and I think
Yeah.
also Rust has all this ecosystem of like web frameworks, front end. Something that also happened on the Stack Overflow survey, something that not many people noticed, but I noticed it. Usually, in one of the questions, there are like your favorite web frameworks. Okay, so like Node.js, React.
Yeah.
For the first time, I think in the history of Stack Overflow, a Rust web framework compared in the list.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing.
which is Axiom. Not many
Yeah.
people know this. I know it because I made also some videos about it. So this is a clear sign that like it's happening, something is happening. And of course, I am very close to the Rust project, so I'm probably one of the first people who know this. In 6 months, you would say, yeah, maybe Francesco was right. So that's the thing. Hey, there.
So yeah, thoughts so far, like Emmanuel, Claire, like you've actually been like listening on the conversation, and I know like at some point you probably like tried exploring Rust. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think honestly, a lot of what Francesco has been saying are like stuff that I've experienced. Like even though I've not like gone in depth right into Rust, so most of these things that apply to like a beginner, so somebody who is just jumping into Rust, like we say, you just want to like go through some stuff. So, but what I think, yeah, starting Rust, it was like he sort of gave that vibe of this language is too strict. Like there's a lot of things you have to know, a lot of things you have to yeah, a lot of things you have to take care of on your own. So you kind of want to be like, oh, um, am I actually, is this language actually like is this going to be efficient like for like learning this language? And then but you look at like the good side of it, because learning those sort of languages gives you that core fundamental programming sort of sense, right? So most times, a lot of those frameworks you use, like for example, if you've been doing like web frameworks and stuff, you don't necessarily know those concepts and you don't see those things that go on behind the scene, right? But with Rust, it just sort of opens up all those things for you, and there's a lot of like there's a lot of opportunities like currently in the Rust community, which, as Francesco said, is it's going to be growing. It's going to keep growing. So the earlier you join the train, the better it gets for you. I mean, there are like resources and stuff you can use to like learn if you're just coming in. So I think it's a good mix of good community and yeah,
True.
a strong back.
Exactly. Is the perfect compromise or mix, as you said. So it's like
Yeah.
usually as developers we want everything. We know that it's
Exactly.
impossible to have everything. It's impossible to have everything. But I
Yeah.
think we are close. We are with Rust. We are close enough to have everything, to have efficiency. Let's say
True. True.
developer experience when you code it. You
Each
have a
time.
community. You have crates.io. You can download it. You can use it for blockchain, for example,
Yeah.
which is not like for
Solana.
some people they don't care. For some people they don't care. For some people they might care. So I'm, for example, one of the people who cares, which is great plus. So it's that's it. So
But yeah.
Go.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say like for example, like even in the Rust like job market right now, because I've had some experience right in the job Rust job market. So actually I was when I was starting out Rust, so I actually had like no Rust experience, but I had done some like projects with like that I vibe coded and also like tried to understand and did together with AI. But so then I applied for a junior Rust role and I got like a response like literally the next day, which honestly I think is crazy, because if I actually knew enough Rust, I would have actually gotten that job. So the job market right now, in my opinion, I think is actually
Mhm.
pretty good, I guess.
Yes, yes, I will. I will. Of course, I like to talk from personal experience, because
Yeah.
otherwise, you can say go on LinkedIn and just make a post. I've been at RustConf. I've been at RustConf. Actually, Oracle is actually hiring, for example, Rust developers. They
Oh,
were actually actively looking for Rust developers. This is something,
nice.
and this is not like something I heard on
Yeah, from
Twitter
somewhere. Yeah.
from a Rust influencer.
Yeah.
I went to RustConf, and Oracle is actually hiring. I also interviewed them, so they
Oh,
had a
nice.
booth, they had a stand, and this is something. At this point, also, I think that last year I was saying, like, maybe, like, if you want to, you can check them, because also my opinion, it evolves in
Yeah,
the
of
period,
course.
in the time.
Yeah.
I would say probably to find a job, it will be easier to just do the mainstream. The problem is that when everyone takes a car to go to the beach, then there is a lot of traffic. When everyone wants to go the same place, that place is crowded, right?
Yeah.
You can sit and you can find a place at your restaurant, at your place where
Yeah.
you want to eat.
True.
So, of course, I'm sure that there are more JavaScript roles than Rust roles, but what we really need is one job. We don't need 1,000 jobs. So
Yeah, true.
maybe I say maybe because I don't have a direct experience in this, but you can try to find someone. And for sure, I know some people who hires. I also got some offers, but I prefer now to be more like close to people, close to developers, and create content now. So I got some offers, and so this is true. But the fact, and this is why I push so much, and I am so annoying on social media, because I want to try to give a solution to at least some people. Because if we get more, if I can get you or someone a job in Rust, I will be the happiest person in the world, because I've been one of the first people who told you to go in that way. Otherwise, I would not do that. I would not do that.
True.
I say this because I see an opportunity. Of course, I will probably still not recommend to just do the Rust programming language, because sometimes you have to be open to different opportunities. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's fine, but I think a person who knows also Rust might maybe have more opportunities. I think that a person who has they know a JavaScript framework and Rust, probably they have a better opportunity than knowing two JavaScript frameworks.
Yeah.
Okay? Because maybe when you don't know a language at all, that's like a block for you. I don't know a language. I don't know. Let's say that I never coded in Ruby on Rails. Then there is a role. They say, okay, many things. I have this, a Docker, yes. And then they require the Ruby on Rails. That's a blocker for me. Then I can't apply. If you know programming language, at least some basics, it might be useful, maybe in an interview, because Rust is very efficient, especially on the back end. And if you see a benchmark of web frameworks, you might actually see that it's always on the first places, which is mind blowing. Because Rust has been created by Mozilla, by the way, a bit of history, and so more like to make Mozilla faster. And it has been used mostly in system programming.
Yeah.
This is how, let's say, it started, but now it really expanded to other things. And
niches.
It becomes a bit easier. Also, the language, and because I've seen the evolution of the language is becoming a bit easier even to write, because there are some patterns, especially with there are some patterns that the people who write the Rust language, yes, the languages are alive, they try to optimize it, so you have to write less code. So no worries, because people will know it a bit more, and the Rust language will be easier to write in the future, which is very good.
Yeah, so Meow in the chat was saying, as someone who already knows Solidity, I felt Rust is quite, exactly.
I also been learning Solidity. Solidity is great if you want to stay in a specific ecosystem. It's similar to C#. It's great if you want to be in that ecosystem.
Yeah.
If you have other interests, it becomes something else that you have to learn, and that's it. Like when I work on Ethereum, I use Solidity. When I want to create a .NET application, I use C#. And for example, I like both C# and Solidity. They have this, when you're talking about the mix, the compromise, you have this compromise. So it is great, but probably you are learning Rust for my same reason, because I've been there. I've been creating even Solidity videos. So I want to have freedom to choose it, because even for example, I don't know in the future what we'll have, what applications we will write. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Maybe we will have something else. Maybe there will be another, very successful blockchain that maybe creates something similar to what Solana did. So that's the thing.
Yeah, I do agree with like a ton of like what we've talked about so far, especially with like points that you shared, Francesco and Emmanuel, because it definitely is something that I see like fast rising, and even for like the job market right now, they would actually probably require that you have Rust with the knowledge of say some other frameworks, say maybe React or something like that. So if it's something like you are watching this stream right now, you're sort of looking to explore like getting hired in Rust, except that like say you're looking for core roles, say maybe on projects like Vite or a few other like projects like that are super compiler focused. If it's more application focused, you may need to combine your Rust knowledge with like an existing another like knowledge of say a framework like React or Vue or something like that. Claire, what do you think? You've been listening so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I have like 2 points that really stuck with me. The first one would be picking an interest, just like Francesco did, and like not just getting into stuff because other people are getting into it. Like have something that drives you to like learn something new. Like Fran said, he had like to do something around blockchain and got into Rust, and he stuck with it, right? And that's like one thing that the people should actually look forward to, because when I wanted to learn Rust at the time, it was like super trendy. I said, oh, I want to learn Rust because everybody's doing Rust, right? I never actually got into it because I did not see the use for it, but I might to it, not because of the hype, but like these discussions of how like important and useful and flexible the language is like making me super interested, right? Fran, you have a question?
Let's get clear.
No, I have a question for you once you are done, because this is getting me really curious. And also, by the way, we are getting so many questions. So at some point, please let's answer.
Let's answer the questions in the chat.
Stay in the live stream, because I'm gonna answer you all once Toby will decide that it's time for Q&A. Don't leave and say hi in the chat, or you can also say ciao.
Okay. Yeah, so and like the second thing that really stuck with me would be the flexibility of the language. Like some programming languages, you have to learn it and you have to stick with like a certain thing, like you guys said. Solidity, you need, if you know Solidity, you only want to do like Ethereum stuff, right? You can't exactly like do other things. But then exactly, but then with like Rust, you're able to expand to other things. Like you could do like backend, you could do front end, and all of that. That flexibility is like really cool and something important that developers do look out for. And with the job market, if you're able to learn this programming language that lets you do all of these cool things, like you are a god, in my opinion, right? So yeah.
Thank you for that.
So exactly, Claire. So on the second part, I'm 100% with you, because yes, and of course sometimes there are some discussions about a specific topic, or someone might say, hey, but on blockchain, maybe Solidity is better for this, but I'm not just into that. As you said, maybe I want to do also something different. I want to have some other use cases. I think Rust already proved that it can be used in many places, and the reason is simple. It's a high-performance programming language. The high-performance programming languages are the best ones. They will never die. Will never die, because something that is efficient, people are looking for that. Especially now with AI, we can rewrite something in that language with the same logic, and we maybe it's not go at the same prompt. But if you know the language, and probably if there is a JavaScript, thing, you can probably create a C++ or C thing, if it makes sense with the libraries, of course.
Yeah,
I have just one quick question for you, because you said that you tried Rust and it didn't click. And I would like to say maybe what you tried to build it. Because, for example, for me, it started to click when I started to create some APIs. So like a backend that can get some requests. So you can know that there is a library for requests. You can handle the HTTP request. So and I made like many videos. This is like I think my first video on Rust. It was exactly about this. So creating. I think the first one I did, it was without frameworks. And some people said like, but this is not production ready. Of course, like this is just an example of how you
Yeah.
can create a web server without libraries. So it's fine.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, one of the use cases. I think that a great use case is when you want, maybe you already have something in production and you want to have something which is faster. So, for example, if you have a service, I don't know, if you have a project, you
Yeah.
can try, especially, I still think that, and I think that this is a bit unpopular even in the Rust ecosystem, that I think that Rust can be used if in like, web development, backend API, or you can try to use some crate. There are many crates to do something. Or I think also a nice CLI you can try. I think it depends.
Yeah,
I think I like, I don't know, I like the APIs because I know basically I am a backend / Docker DevOps the engineer yet. So I like that part yet, but we don't have to have the same approach.
Yeah.
This helped me. So yes, but I think, but I like that, for example, at least you tried, because I think just saying something about a language you don't even know. For example, when people ask me, I don't know, about Zig or other language, I say I'm just not use it. I will not say that's bad without even trying it. So kudos to you. I even tried the pineapple on pizza, because and now I can say I don't like it, but I tried it. So that's fine, just once, but that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good point, Francesco. Maybe we can take questions in the chat now. Emmanuel, do you want to anchor?
Yeah, sure, definitely. We've had like a good number of questions. I think I'll just start from Uber. So Uber says exam or actives. This is directed to Francesco.
Yeah. First of all, they are not like a type of biscuits, but they are two Rust web frameworks. This is very hard to choose. Basically, this person is just basically asking like React or Vue.js, something like that. I did videos with both of them. I think that at today, September 2025, I would give Axum a bit more points, because it was the language more liked on the Stack Overflow survey. I did probably more videos with Actix. I think they are both fine. Axum might be a bit more efficient, if I'm not wrong. Axum has been created by the Tokyo team, which is not a rock band, but is basically a library that helps you to have basically HTTP requests, basically with the async stuff. The asynchronous stuff. So they created a framework based on that. And of course, this Tokyo can also be used. I also used just the library, for example. So it's the framework on top of this official package, which is a great sign, something which is very good. So it's very hard to choose. You're basically asking me to choose between two nephews, but I will probably try both of them, which never hurts, and then you can choose. Probably Axum has now, if Actix is like has 50 points, Axum has now 51. That's it. If you just want to just choose one and want to ignore the other one, so I'm sorry for the Axix team. They are a bit ahead of you, but really, just 1 point. So that's it.
Yeah. Awesome. Nice.
Next question.
Somebody in the chat also gave it to Azum. So
Codex. Codex.
Shout out to Codex.
Same boat. Big brains thinks alike.
Codex is an OG. Shout out to Codex in the chat.
Awesome stuff. So we have Isaiah Ernest. So he said, with my experience in front-end development, I've been trying to get into something like Go or Rust. I've tried learning Go, but it's not looking like language for me. Okay. So Ernest, you can try Rust. There's no harm in trying. Rust might just be the language for you. Yeah.
But
sorry. No, Isaiah. No. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Isaiah, I hope I'm pronouncing your name at least decently. I don't know if you mean that you want to try Go or Rust on the front end, or you are saying like, I have experience in front end development and now I want to use something on the back end. So I'm not getting it. I can give an answer for both of them. My experience, I think he's talking about back end development here. I think mostly because he has
Yeah.
experience in front-end development. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can even talk about front-end with Rust and Go, which might be a bit that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, there is this debate, that Go is the anti-Rust or Rust is the anti-Go. I don't see it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think that in terms of performance they are quite different. Probably Go is, I'm always honest, can be a bit better, for example, if you want to have DevOps tools. For example, Docker is written in Go. So if you want to be in the DevOps area, in the cloud, write, I don't know, a tool that for Docker, for Kubernetes, in that case, probably Go, it might be a better. I think in developer experience, it might be a bit easier to understand, but we have some time now. We can do these things. Rust really wins on the performance with Go. So this is why I will not compare it too much. So because it will not. I don't think it doesn't make sense. Of course, people want to see the languages fight, like kids. But that's not how it works. They are for different purposes. And I've also tried Go, despite what people might think. I even create videos on it. I think we have a similar experience. So it's not the language for me now. I think it can be the ways they do the error handling. It's not my favorite one, but probably it's because I'm not used to this. Probably once you get used, you might even like it and love it. Again, so you can try. I think the more. I think in terms of how easy it is to do something, you might be there a bit easier with Go. But that's the thing with Go. Probably if you are looking at Go and Rust, usually they go in pair, you're looking for something which is not that mainstream. So you're not talking about, you probably know how to write JavaScript and Python already. So in that case, talking about the compromise again, I would prefer to learn something which is more efficient, because I already know JavaScript and Python, so I don't need JavaScript, Python, and Go. So that's the thing. JavaScript, Python, and Rust, for me, it makes more sense. The JavaScript, Python, and Go, because Go is very similar also to Java and other high-level programming language. So if I want to do something easy, I would use JavaScript anyway. And if I want to have something efficient, I would use Rust. Then why I don't see this as a priority for me. If you want, or maybe you have been coding Go for a while, maybe you have a job with Go, stick with that. Amazing. I'm talking more to people who want to start with something. Go, sadly, doesn't have a very high, it's not very much admired, I would say. It's quite lower. I think it has like 50%. Like it means that 50% people who've tried it, they stop using it. Rust is close to 80%. So it's different numbers. This is, of course, a sacrifice. Some people even say that this is not reliable, but I don't care. This is just, I like to talk about numbers because we are trying to understand what might be the path for you. If you try Go and you like it, stick with that. It's not your experience.
But on the Rust Go level though, I'm for example, I've heard of the announcement that the TypeScript team made at the time when they mentioned that they were rewriting the TypeScript compiler, and people were like attacking them in the community for as to why they didn't consider Rust and stuff, and they went the Go route. For me, I'm going to say, don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those people that are attacking people.
Some people maybe I think some people, they are so rich and bored that they like to spend their time on this thing. I'm not that case. I have things to do and things that I want to do. If you are at a conference and if you want to have a fight and maybe you are a good developer and we want to make a joke, that's fine. I think the important part is that we should have like a flag or like something that pops out like okay, now we are joking, now we are getting serious, and but that's it. Like this is something that can't be stopped. I would say, even if I see these fights, I would say, okay, at least this might get someone curious to learn the language. So my goal is just to make you curious, basically. And then, of course, you will have your own things. Maybe you'll have a busy life. Maybe you'll have something that you have to do. You have to focus on your job. You need to focus on something different. It's fine. I like to talk from my experience. What the experience I had with a specific tool, a specific language. This is what I usually do now that I have like I was exactly like this in 2016, 2017 when I was learning Docker. I was absolutely excited. I loved it, but I didn't have social media presence. I didn't have a YouTube channel. you didn't see the Francesco videos and Francesco live streams on Toby Loba YouTube channel in 2017 because I was not here. It's for me. It's the same that but now I can share this excitement also with people in the chat. And if you want to have a fight, let's have it. You can also jump on live stream. You might even have more views. So next time, Toby Loba, you can invite me and a co-developer, and we can fight for you. We can fight for you, so you get more views. If you want to have for fun, it's fine. Let's go.
But honestly, like I think also on this point, sorry we are dwelling on this for too long, but on this, I think just find what works for you. Find if because for example, you being in tech is a career thing, obviously. So tech is just like any other job. So you need to find if you are looking at, say, moving from where you currently are, you obviously need to have goals and a direction to and this is what I want to be doing in like the next year and stuff. So then you find the right tools to help you get to where you need to be. So if it's Go you want to learn, sure, pick up Go. Is it maybe you want to use Go for like backend stuff or cloud stuff? That's definitely welcome. Or if you are looking in the direction,
we don't stop you. And literally, we can't stop you. Like even if I say don't do it, to be honest, when you say someone to don't do that, they do the opposite. Like kids. So whatever you say, people. I mean, nobody's stopping you. So that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would take in consideration someone who said, I tried this, I tried that, this doesn't fit well for this, and this reason. In that case, I might say, okay, you shared your experience. But if you just say this for fun, and probably some people, they just want to have fun in that moment. And yes, that's it. But I like that we switched, at least to talk about something which is specific that can actually really help for our careers. Honestly, I think something I should do, that's my fault because I've been traveling a bit more, like to have some more data about the jobs in the Rust ecosystem. But I'm not sharing something if I don't check it. So I should check how many there are, how many there were last year. I'm quite confident that there are more this year than 6 months ago. I'm quite confident. Because probably I think maybe companies, they are also moving on using AI more in the code, and then they need more efficient code, but then they need developers to fix that code. Rust seems like the perfect example for this area, like for this use case. So
exactly.
Let's see. I want to come back maybe with some specific numbers, so you might see. But you're a developer, you can even Google it now, and you can make your own research. Please share it. Share it if you do some researches, because that will be our goal to get hired, or even create your own applications. That's or do some own things. If you are talking about embedded systems, writing on some Raspberry Pi, there is a clear winner. Like that Rust is a clear winner. It's so much a winner that I don't even need to advocate for it. Like it's already won, I think. So I don't even have to. I will not spend my time telling you to do that because it's useless. You probably already do that. So that's the thing. We're here to try to convince more the web developers or people who are using this for other use cases. Get open source project for Rust. This is one of the things I want to do. What I recommend you to try, I think you should find the code. Something which is also another reason why it might be very interesting in the Rust ecosystem is that 19 projects written in Rust has been selected in the Google Summer of Code 2025, which is a lot. 19 projects. So I would recommend check them. I'm sure that most of them are open source or their code is open, so you can check it out. The Rust programming language itself is open source, which is not something that is for granted for all the programming languages. So I'm not telling you to clone the Rust repository, even if it might be a funny thing to do. Maybe with AI you can try to understand more. There are many packages. There is one friend of mine who has like a tool called Release PLZ, which is basically a tool to release cargo projects, which is NPM packages, for example. There are many, I think. So this is I will start with probably the Google Summer of Code 2025 project. Maybe you find someone of projects of a student or someone, I don't know your age or stuff, but maybe something that maybe probably is active and they are creating something with a lot of like emotion. Probably Toby, we need a list probably of open source projects in Rust. We need to collaborate on it.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to like bring Rust Claire on also. Like Claire, do you think for example open source would be one thing that you would consider as a means to like start doing Rust? Or I'm not trying to like to push you in any direction, but I'm just trying to like
he is when someone says I don't want to do that, it's exactly because they want to do
that. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, open source is definitely the way to go, because like it has helped a lot of people learn new things, right? New skills and new languages. And with Rust, as complex as it might be, like learning from like the beginner level is like really great, but having hands-on practice is like super nice. So open source projects is it's definitely something I would love to try. And if you are trying to convince me, I am convinced. I have been convinced.
Okay, I think we can close the live stream, Toby, because our goal has been achieved. So bye everyone. We will talk to you soon. But this is what would get Claire, if you get in a room with 3 people who like Rust. This is what you get. You are having bad influences now, bad friends. So that's the thing. But yes, no, and I think that it's all about the mindset. So if your mindset is to I will answer this soon. If your mindset is to learn something, checking the projects is the best. If you think that your problem is your accent when you have to have a perfect accent to make videos, you might be blocked. If you think no, let's do a live stream so we improve how we pronounce and how we understand each other, that's the right mindset. So trying a Rust project into open source, maybe a small one, it might be interesting. And I mean, now we have AI. I think that even if you don't have much experience in Rust, but this is for life. It's not tip for learning Rust. Accountability partner and friend. This is a life tip. This is not a Rust tip. And yes, exactly, because it's basically what I also had this experience, like when I was learning at school or learning at university or whatever, a boot camp, because when you start interacting with someone, you can explain something, maybe you didn't understand a small thing. So this is something that probably can get you a lot of things. But I don't agree with you, Mew, because you talked about the pineapple on pizza. So for me, you are dead to me now. So that's
So yeah, shout out to Meow in the chat. So Meow and I have been like using this really cool platform, like Rare Code, to like teach ourselves Rust, and even like doing like journeys on journeys, and it's sort of been like super fun. So it's like really fun exercises that you can just like use to pick up concepts. And so far we've done so many things, even up to collections, like learn about iterators in Rust, learn about hash maps, hash sets, learn about references, the referencing, and so many of these like other cool things that I've actually gotten to learn. So but yeah, like shout out to Meow in the chat, where she's like, hear me out, pineapple pizza with jalapeno.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I don't know. I didn't try it, but I think I will skip this. And I think I like jalapeno, but I don't know. Why do you want to mix good things all together and they are not good anymore? Like took them separately. So that's my idea. But yeah, that's.
Well, yeah. So yeah. To be honest, I think yeah. So actually, like to like change the topic a bit. I think this has been like a really fun stream, and we have like 7 minutes or less to the end of the stream. So I think we should start like doing some wrapping up and stuff. Unless people have questions again in the chat that we should talk about.
Come on, we are here with Toby. We are here all day. Write something. Let's see. Let's see. I would like to know like what you think about it. Beautiful melanin.
How to get
okay.
But yeah,
because we're live on different platforms, right? We're also live on LinkedIn. I see it here. Yes,
LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. But yeah, so I think maybe you could, if you could, Francesco, tell us a bit of stuff about like what your experience so far has been, say, creating content for Rust. Like what has been your approach so far? Do you do you think there will be a time where you would actually say launch your Rust projects that maybe you would like create content on more, like you've done for like JavaScript and a few other that like you've done for JavaScript in the past? Because I know you've done some side projects that you actually did create a lot of content on. Is that something you'll be doing for Rust also? And yeah, sort of tell us about that vibe.
And
Yes.
also, sorry, just for you,
Go.
I wanted to, yeah, awesome. So I wanted to add to it, like maybe you could give us like from your experience what you feel like uh has been like the most mistakes that like beginners make in
Most people
Rust,
make, yeah.
yeah, or things you should avoid while trying to learn Rust, yeah. Something like
Yeah, we'll start with this. I think that the biggest mistake I've seen people do, and also I did, is to think that you are doing something that you already made. Because usually when this is normal. When you learn a new programming language, you try to use, okay, this is like Python, okay, this is like JavaScript, okay, this is like, so don't do
Yeah.
that. Like have like a very open minded
Mind.
approach.
Yeah.
Like like if you know nothing about programming. For me it was close enough. No, I'm joking. So like especially when you go into like how things are done, because this might really twist your mind and say, but why this, why I need to explain, why I need to give a return type, why there is no null type in Rust.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly. Yeah.
What the hell is going on? Like, you see, you need to be really, okay, no, this is weird. I hope that this got like clear interest. Like, okay, why? There is a reason. Like, there is an enum based with result. Like, there is a reason. So you should have a very open approach. Like, pretend that you know nothing when you start a Rust course, and try to do some very basic examples. So that's the thing. A great resource is the official Rust book,
Book.
which is online. But I don't know many people know this. I did basically the video version of those.
Yeah,
I
you
think I
did.
did 50 so far. So for each of these lessons, there is a lesson on my channel, which is, I think at least this is 50. I need to finish it, but it's very close enough. So if you want the video version on this, and maybe you don't want to just read everything by yourself and want to see an improved version, my opinion would be to use both of them. Sometimes in the examples, I worked a bit more and I have some additional examples. But I try also to explain what's going on, why it's going on. Sometimes I make questions, I stop. So it's more interactive. It's less boring. So that's something to learn Rust. What did you ask, Toby? I already forgot.
Oh, I was asking like content creation for us. Like, what has been your approach so far?
Yes. So my approach it has been to create single lessons about single specific things. Then I have some videos to get you started. I have that big video, which is basically, there is a website called Rust by Example. And it's basically similar to the Rust book, but it's another website when you can basically go and learn Rust by example. This is hence the name. So if you want a video version of this Rust by example, there is my let's say my biggest video Rust, or say what I consider like probably a good source, because it will go through all these examples and you can even code along. It's very practical approach. If you want a bit more theory part, probably you should go on the single videos. That thing basically is to 0 to hero in 3 hours and a half. So it might be a bit condensed and not that long on theory. I just want to show you the code, show you what you can do and why you do this something, and then just go to another topic. So it's very compressed. It's basically a crash course if this is what you're looking for. If you want to have, but I highly recommend to you also to check at least the ownership of videos. I think I have some good ownership and borrowing ones, some basics on the enums and so on. So that's the thing. I can't see anything on the screen, by the way, Toby. I don't know if we're trying to share something, but it's fine.
Oh,
but it's
I was sharing my.
Yeah, but it's empty. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was. How about now?
I see the spinner. Yes, this is a guy I know, and yes, and see I published that video like yesterday, and you'll see that person at the top, Nathaniel. I made this a video with him, And then basically I met him in person. I'm gonna check something. Sorry.
Okay. So
Okay,
this is the crash course. Yeah, the
you
crash
see,
course.
you see exactly. These are like all the videos. It's 53 videos. So I need to finish them. So you see, for each of the lessons is basically one of the lessons on the Rust official book. I think I need to change a thumbnail there. But yes, it's. I think it's useful and it can help. I also have some videos, for example, for the Rust applications. For example, I have one with Actix. Rocket is another programming language, and that's it. Yeah. This was an old video of how to start Rust. I did a Rust roundtable with other 3 Italians, which is funny. And yeah, that's it.
So
yeah,
I think so okay, I want to know Francesco's favorite pizza.
my favorite
How can we
pizza
get
it's the
swag?
pizza. No, let's talk about the serious stuff now. The pizza with cheese. So that's 4. I think at least in Italy we have a pizza with 4 cheese. And you know, the worst thing is that I tried the pineapple on pizza on my favorite cheese, so it was the worst experience ever, because something that you really like and then there is something that you hate it with it. So it's like hitting, your favorite cake but with a pinch of salt and chili on it, so which is the worst experience ever, because you will like it and instead you hate it. Yes.
How can we get Ferris swag? Okay.
You mean
Francesco,
this?
how can we get Ferris swag?
This is very easy. You just have to go to Seattle and to the conference. It's easy, very easy to get. What I like the most is that since it has this clothes, it really hangs. It's so cute when it hangs, because it has this clothes like going down. So, I mean, if I didn't convince you in this way, Claire, I'm out of ideas. I don't know. I don't know what to do else. Like, I'm running out of ideas. It's like trying to convince Julia to try JavaScript. It's impossible. I started to give up. So it's that's it.
Yeah, shout out to Julia. Shout out to Julia also. But yeah, this has been a really amazing stream, in my opinion. Guys, what do you think so far? Like, how was the stream experience for you, Francesco?
Yeah. No, I really like it. If you are here in the chat, say hi, share your experience. I always like to basically have 2 things. Like, one, is having fun, social media, jokes, memes, stop using Rust, that's fine. Then I would like also to know your experience, if you have it for real, if you had maybe you got a job opportunity in Rust, maybe you found a job in the Rust ecosystem, maybe you know someone who is hiring there. I will probably go there more. I think I still have 4 travels. Once I'll be done, I will probably start creating more videos and even more live events on the Rust ecosystem. I will build some projects. I want to start also some new projects. So that's the one thing. And yes, but I really like this approach. I like you, Toby. I really looking forward to meet you in person. And yes, so that's it. Thank you so much for having me. If you allow me, to give me some time to talk about Rust, I'm always happy. You should subscribe to the Toby's YouTube channel and leave a like if you like these things, because this is what really helps people to keep going, the creators to keep going and do more stuff. So if you like this, you should share this video, tag Toby Loba, tag me, tag wherever on, and then we can have more of these things, because we're here to have a discussion. You could have done this, just a call with me, Toby, Emmanuel, and Claire. Instead, we came here to share this experience with you and being mocked by you, Mew, about the pineapple on pizza. So just for this, it will be worth sharing. I'm joking, of course. And in English, it's very important to always say hi, thank you, that's it, because I really like people who put a lot of effort, like you do, Toby, Claire, and Manuel, in these things. Perfect. You see, it was not easy. Perfect. Hey, Mordecai. That's easy. Yeah. It's very important to always support content creators. Toby, we are done. I don't know if I'll go live soon or later. I don't know, because now I already have headphones, so it's very easy. I think I've also a Rust space today at 7 p.m. CST. I did I almost forgot, but I should have a space to this evening. I should have. So I didn't have enough Rust for today. So, and I also I'll review. So this is my idea. So basically, this morning I reviewed a chapter of the book. Now I have this stream. Now I review another chapter of the book. Then I have a probably a live event, and then a Rust space. So
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's the definition of a perfect Saturday for me. So it's not going. So I can't. This is basically the perfect Saturday for me. Thank you so much, Toby. I finally made it. I see that you do a lot of things. I like when you should also do the project stuff, the Solana things. And yes,
thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, so
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Francesco, for coming to the stream. I want Emmanuel and Claire to also like share their experiences. Also, when you tag me, tag Francesco, tag Emmanuel, tag Claire, like it's a team. We're a team, so go team. And you guys share your experiences, Emmanuel and Claire. I want to actually hear from you. Like, what did you think of the stream? First stream with our first official guest, Francesco. W's in the chat.
Yeah, it was really awesome, honestly. Like one of the best streams we've had so far. Thank you so much, Francesco, for pulling up. We had like amazing time, and we had like interactions and the comments, so it was really fun, really amazing. We get to like learn a lot of stuff, first-hand experience from the man himself. Obviously amazing stuff. And honestly, I'm looking forward to like having more of these streams with Francesco. I don't know if he's going to be down.
It would do like the Rust versus Go one in the future. We'll bring
No,
somebody from. Claire, do you want to
go? You're muted, Francesco.
Wait, you're muted, Francesco.
I was muted because I didn't want to interrupt. I mean, you have no idea how ready I am for this. I'm ready for fights now because I collected enough information that now I can fight for hours. I think with all the programming. I feel ready. You know when you feel ready, to fight. Do you? You should not. Do you fight? No, you should not. But this is my approach, and my approach is usually very good one. So instead of just saying things that I heard by someone, I go and check them by myself. So when I say something, this is something that I know that at least from my experience is true. And then of course we can have different opinions on different things. And of course if you used a language and you became a millionaire with that language, probably you like it. If you did a PHP application and you became a billionaire, probably Zuckerberg likes PHP because he creates Facebook with it. So once we start using a programming language or a framework that makes us successful, of course we advocate for it. And of course one of the reasons why I do this for us, because it also helps with my YouTube channel, also going traveling for conferences. So that's it. But I like also to try to be a bit objective and say like real things. And that's it. My prediction is that soon Rust will be in the top 3 programming language. I don't know if you know, probably, I don't know, maybe you are a bit young, but Python was not that famous like 10 years ago. It was a sort of niche programming language. In 2010, Python 15 years ago was very niche.
Wow.
It's been one of the first. I was using this in my university. I said, like, what is this Python thing? So, at some point the languages, they explode and they become very adopted. So my prediction is that Rust will be a very adopted language, and it will be probably on the same level as JavaScript and Python. And at this point, probably will not have, like, people don't say now like this, you should, should learn Python. Of course you should. Like,
you just learn it.
It's okay. Now Rust is still in that phase, when like buy Bitcoin now, because now it's obvious, I would say. But now we are in that phase when it's really start to speed up, and every month that you wait, maybe you are a bit left behind if you want to learn it anyway. So I think that trying to give it a go is a good thing to do, and also I think also good to share your experience, because you try something new. Otherwise, you should just talk about AI 24/7. It's a bit annoying after a while.
So I wanted to, thank you for that, Francesco. I wanted to shout out Mordecai in the chat. So Mordecai works at the Rust Foundation, and he made it to our stream today. Shout out to Mordecai. Amazing to see here. And in the chat, super active. Also, he said you can get ferries from the foundation store coming next year. So yeah, look forward to that, Miawi. So this is for you, Miawi. Claire, do you want to go, like, your experience on the stream and stuff?
Yeah, I really really loved this stream, and I loved speaking with Francesco. It was super super fun, and getting influenced. I've been influenced, guys, to actually take that step to learn Rust for real. It's been super nice, super great. I do look forward to seeing Fran on more streams, and look forward to the fights, because I think we have a fight planned soon, right? Right, we have one.
Yeah, we do.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Toby. Just you just have to tell me like when and where. Like
Yeah, of
this is
course.
how the fight works. Like we don't have to chat too much. Like you just tell me where to go, what to do, and then we will do. But yes, now
Yeah.
but for example I love these things that, for example, I don't know, 30 years ago they was not even possible. Like, I don't know, at least you can have some fun. You can have this fun part. We can talk about pros and cons and things. Again, so that's it. And again, Docker is written in Go, so it's not like that I hate the Go. It's just a
Yeah.
different thing to do, but it's fine. Yes, Toby,
So
thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you so much for making it to the stream, Francesco. We look forward to doing more amazing stuff together. It may not even be a stream, it may be a space or something. But yeah, thank you so much, Francesco. And I think that would be it from me. So guys, catch us same time, same places next week. Go and touch grass. Actually, it's a Saturday. If so don't be like me or Francesco or anybody. So have fun. Use your Saturday to have fun and relax. But come to Francesco's space
I
though.
will have fun. Yeah. I get what you say.
But yeah, come to Francesco's space in the evening and come. Let's talk about Rust and stuff. And yeah, thank you all. And bye.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.